Showed you earlier, students across the country and the Madison area mobilized their peers and walked out of school today to send a message.
They're tired of political inaction on gun control. Connie Flanagan is an Associate Dean at the UW School of Human Ecology. She is an expert on youth and politics, and she joins us now to continue the conversation. Connie, nice to see you.
Thanks for coming out today.
Thanks for coming out. What was your reaction to seeing students all over the country do
Well, so often we have this stereotype that they're uninterested and don't come out to vote, but so this is really countering that view altogether, and it's really emerging from a very palpable interest that should concern all of us, really.
This feels very different than past protests and movements.
In what way do you mean?
It just seems that they are so laser focused on a particular issue.
Yeah, well, it came very close to home. I mean, it emerged out of their schools, and you know, when they can't go to school and feel safe in school, they can't learn. So all of us should be worried about that. So I think you're right. It's an issue that really they are moved by, right? The rest of us, older people, have become complacent about it, and they're tired of that, I think.
And it's not broad basis. They're looking at politicians saying, we're coming after you.
Well, they know that the inaction, as Susan said, is something that they're tired of, and it sort of speaks to the rest of us, like, why haven't the rest of us been angry about this? So I think they're channeling their anger in a really positive way.
Do you think it will produce change?
Well, I hope so. I mean, we can never predict, can we? But I think they'll be relentless. I think.
You don't think this will be like everything else that just fades from the headlines?
Well, there's always a core group that sticks with an issue. I mean, it's true that, you know, there's mobilization of a march is one thing, and many people come out. But I don't think it's going to go away. I mean, I think they've raised something of why should we be patient with this? Why have we come to accept that, you know, movie theaters or concerts or public schools shouldn't be secure places?
And we see the video from across the country. I mean, these are thousands and thousands of students with one voice.
Yeah, and in a very short time. I mean, this is the 1 month anniversary, so it's symbolic in that sense. And they walked out, I think, across the country for 17 minutes for the 17 victims of the latest high school shooting. So they in a sense sort of used the media well and thought about it, but I think their passion is really what's keeping them going.
Whenever there's an election cycle, you always hear about, where are the young people? The young people don't come out to vote. Do you think something like this maybe turn the tide?
Well, the fact that they're going to the Capitol, the fact that many of them have already met with their legislators, that happened in Florida already, and they actually managed to turn some things around in Florida already. So I think they've made the connection that a social movement that wants change needs to hold leaders accountable, and they know where the leaders are.
And tragically, it came out of Parkland, and those students down there were so articulate about their feelings and what needs to be done.
Yeah, they were unbelievable.
That had to help this movement.
Yeah. Well, I heard one young man and his father, and it hadn't occurred to me that they said, after 9/11, as a country, we mobilized TSA, we mobilized Homeland Security. Why don't we see this as a similar crisis? And it never had occurred to me, and I thought, how articulate for them to have made that connection for us.
Well, hopefully some change will come. Thanks for being with us today, Connie. It's very interesting. What a fascinating subject.
Thank you.
Great to see you, Connie. Thank you so much.